Hello and welcome to the CEO Show with the CEO Magazine, the #1 ranking publication in its class as ranked by Alexa. Today I'd like to welcome Vin Gupta as our guest. Vin is among the early Indian immigrants to have taken a company public and is a pioneer in database marketing and is a true entrepreneur. Politically active and a close friend of the Clintons, Vin is also a philanthropist who has contributed to several educational institutions, including the IIT Kharagpur Business School in India and the Law School. Both of them bear his name. However, the most fascinating lesson from Vin are three simple words that I am taking to my heart: learn, earn, and return. Let's welcome Vin to the show. Vin, we have been talking for a long time now, and I'm really glad to have you here.
You are a serial entrepreneur in the same kind of business. I really want to understand how and why of this. You started with Info USA, Location Plus, you've got Data Credit Jam, Express Copy, Info Tree, which has been bought over by Foresight, Database USA. I mean, you've gone on a spree, endless spree of similar sounding names. Can you help me understand what's your strategy? Why do you do it this way, especially in a market that seems to be saturated? I mean, Express Copy is not something which you would call it, a great idea. It becomes difficult to do things in a saturated market, but you succeed in a saturated market. What's your strategy? Why do you get into the things that people have already done and then make it successful? How do you do that?
Well, first of all, Express Copy is one company I didn't start. We bought it. And when we bought it, they were losing a lot of money. And the only thing we did was we focused on customers and why they were not coming back. We improved the technology, and then we invested in what I call is customer service and aggressive marketing. And that's what made Express Copy successful. And so that was not a startup for me. That was more of a turnaround situation for me. But go ahead.
So turnaround, startup, there's of course differences. But what's your core then? You said you took care of the customers, and you've got certain core attributes that you bring to any company and make it successful, even in situations where it was failing. So what are the core things that you think in your lifetime you have brought to these companies?
I would say the fundamental rule of success in business, which is nothing new. I mean, number one, find the need. What is the need? Number two, provide that need at the right price. Number three, which is the most important, is I call customer service. If you will take care of the customer, make them happy, communicate with them, they will give you the ideas for the future improvement. They will give you the ideas for future products. They will give you the ideas on the future pricing. If you just listen to them and provide service, I don't care what you are in, you'll be successful.
So I've heard this one before from someone, and I wanted to bring it up, that, like you said, that it's the service that you provide. It is not necessary for you to have an idea that is great. It could be an idea that has been done 10 times before. In fact, I was talking with Jim McClevey, of the co-founder of Square, and just a few days ago, and he said the same thing, that you have to pivot. You will find if your idea is not fitting, it doesn't matter. You will figure it out as long as you focus on your customer. So, in your case, since you've done things that, except in the first time, that have been done in the past before, basically something that is in demand in the market, there's a need, but nevertheless has been done by others as well, and you figure out a way to do it better.
Well, that's true. Like, we launched a company now, infofree.com. Infofree.com it provides what we call as verified sales leads to a salesperson or a small business. Then we found that if we just give them sales leads, it's like giving them, a bunch of corn, but they don't want corn. They're hungry. They want more like cornbread or corn products. So we realized that giving them just databases or sales leads is not enough. So we came up with a very basic CRM. So we asked those customers, we said, do you use Salesforce.com? Do you use Zoho or other CRM? We found 90% don't. And then we asked them, why don't you use them? And they said they are very complicated. I just want 4 features. So then we came with a very basic CRM. So now infofree.com is offering the verified sales leads along with the CRM at a price which they can easily afford, So we realize what's the price where they can say, I'm not going to worry about it, like $49.95 a month. So $49.95 a month. So we created that service, and the customers love it now. When I started Info USA in 1972 with $100, I realized that there was a need in the marketplace for a quality database, quality list, okay? But nobody was doing it. So we got all the yellow pages. We compiled our first list of mobile home dealers from yellow pages, and we started selling it to all the mobile home manufacturers. First year, our revenue was like $44,000, and I made like $24,000 in profit, They wanted a high quality product at the right price. And we just expanded from there, And that's how we grew that company from zero to like roughly $760 million in revenue when I sold it.
I know, that's the biggest ROI on any $100 I've ever heard of.
No, that's true.
Direct marketing, because you use that $100 to send out mailers, right?
That's right, exactly. we didn't even have a product,
And then people say direct marketing doesn't work, it's too expensive. Well, look at this example, $100 in direct mailers netting $700 million. I don't think that's bad.
Well, eventually that was the size of the company. And to be frank with you, direct mail still works. We find when we send out emails, our response rate is so low because people are inundated with email. But if we have a very attractive piece, direct mail, it still outperforms email because if it's a nice offer, people keep that direct mail piece, okay? They keep it for a long, long time, and they will pass it on to their people. Email, they get it, it's deleted. No. So I'm not saying don't do email, or I'm not saying don't do direct mail. But what I'm saying is, and we tell our customers, have a combination. You take direct mail, direct marketing, along with email, along with search word advertising, and along with social media. So you have to have a balance.
Yes, you do. And multi-channel marketing obviously works better than single channel, but something about physical, especially maybe not for my children who are 13, 14 years old, but for rest of the world, the physical presence of something like I have books. I do have a Kindle and I do read books on Kindles. And if I like a book really, then I go ahead and buy the physical copy because I just need to have the physical book. So I think
that's true.
Yeah. And that's why direct mail also has this sense. You can stick a tape and stick it somewhere, and you know that I'm looking at it because it's not going to get lost. That message is not going to get